We are the Metropolitan Elites, and once again, there's no news.
Really dry week, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Nothing's really gone on.
And there's nothing to say.
What do you actually think of Theresa May?
At the moment, we don't know. She gave this lovely big speech about inclusivity and doing it for the working man. And anyone that would believe that would be if you believe that, you know nothing about it, or you're incredibly naive, because a record says everything the opposite of that, and who she's appointed says everything the opposite of that.
It strikes me as interesting is she's making the pitch. It's been, what do we put it? It's sort of very similar to the Ed Milibands platform, who we were told was unelectable with these policies. And yet she's seeming eminently very electable with these policies. If her actions follow the rhetoric of that speech, then the Conservatives are on course for a landslide win in the next general election.
On the centre ground.
On the centre ground. Yeah, Ed Milibands put that platform forward and he was constantly told, no, you can't win on that. You can't win on that platform. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You've got to go to the right. Keep going to the right.
Yeah. Well, if you can't win an election without the media behind you, I mean, there's an argument. Corbyn's only problem really is he doesn't have the media behind him. That's why he's unelectable, nothing else.
Yeah, there's a report out actually today by the LSE who have analysed the coverage about Jeremy Corbyn, and it's overwhelmingly negative to the point where the media, they call it the guard dog, or the watchdog has turned into the attack dog. And basically his views are never represented in reports. He's always given a negative shine or a negative complexion. He's associated with enemies of the UK and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it just shows, the media, or the mainstream media as it's called these days, is an anti-democratic force essentially.
Yeah.
Because it shapes public opinion without giving people a fair chance to make a balanced view.
It struck me, I think it was the BBC, that probably written by Laura Kuhnberg or overseen by Laura Kuhnberg, was basically the thing about Theresa May, and they'd asked Tim Farron's opinion on her appointment. Yeah. Now, of course, people's response to that would probably be, I see Jeremy Corbyn, he doesn't even say anything. Because they haven't asked him. They went to Tim Farron to ask him, but not Corbyn.
Well, that's the point. Jeremy Corbyn has had that criticism that he hasn't. Theresa May's been made Prime Minister, and Jeremy Corbyn has not made a statement.
Yeah, because they won't. They won't. I'm sure he'll say things, and they won't.
Well, I think there is an element of Jeremy Corbyn actually not talking to the media. You see these things where they're waiting outside his house and he just refuses to talk to them.
Yeah, because waste time.
Yeah, because I've just spin what he says into something ridiculously negative.
Yeah, but I mean, in that sense, the Blairites, they don't like being called Blairites, obviously now.
Yeah.
They didn't say that before, I noticed. It's only now they're saying, well I'm not a Blairite. Yes, you are. In that sense, they're correct. In that without the media behind you in this country, really without Rupert Murdoch behind you, well, historically, 100% of the time, Rupert Murdoch has called every election. Every election.
Even Brexit.
Even Brexit, yeah. Now, either he's just very astute and he's good at backing the winning horse, which is their defence, or they're shaping public opinion. But I mean, Angela Eagle, who just a couple of months ago I thought she was pretty good, and she's rubbish. her opening, launching her campaign thing was
Robert Peston.
Yeah, he's going to be there. Now, I wonder if it's a stitch-up, in that somebody somewhere has told her, yeah, if you do this, we'll back you, the media will back you, and some shady character has said. And the look on her face of, a bit like Boris, the cat in headlights thing of, oh shit, that's what I read into it, was, I think she's been double-crossed. They told her they'd back her if she attacks Corbyn.
I mean, it was widely reported that she was going to launch her leadership campaign at midday, and Andrea Leadsom quit at roughly the same time, 12:15. So, there's suspicions that was done on purpose.
Yeah, and if my suspicions are true about the whole thing being planned, it was done on purpose.
Yeah, but I mean, her launch did fall pretty flat on its face. Given that fact, I'm really surprised that Labour are actually going through with this.
I know.
And given the pitch that Theresa May made, which was essentially for Labour ground, Labour are going to go into whatever it is, a 7-week or a 9-week leadership battle, just while the Conservatives are making their pitch for their ground. And it's exactly what happened last time. When after the financial crash and Gordon Brown lost, the Conservatives were out saying Labour caused a crash, while Labour are having a leadership election.
Yeah.
And Labour never recovered from that.
Yeah.
Labour still haven't ditched that.
The belief that, well, in fact, even 1979, I've always assumed it to be correct that you had quite a very left-wing, high-tax government who caused, the 3-day week and all that stuff, and that's what everyone talks about, and you believe it because I wasn't there. I was born in 1978. It turns out you don't have to read a bit. It was the Tories and Labour's fault. Labour only had one term, and they inherited something they couldn't sort, and the Tories lurched in the other direction for one term before that, and then Labour lurched back in the other direction for one term after that. That's what caused all the economic strife. So what happened after that was a period of swinging over here for loads of years, and then swinging back over here for loads of years, and a sort of attempt to swing back over here for loads of years, or it doesn't seem to be working properly. And I think that's deliberate. I think that's planned by the media. You've got to stick with the government for long enough. That's stability.
Strange sort of stability. But I mean, we have pursued this for 30 odd years now, 35 years sort of thing. This sticking with the government line, neoliberal economic policies, and it's created nothing but mayhem.
Yeah.
And the wheels are coming off it a little bit.
Yeah, as I said this before, but it's just like communism in that we've tried it now. It's tried and tested. The evidence is there. It doesn't work.
No.
And the word is out. It doesn't work. And it's only a matter of time. And they're going to hang on, but it will take time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the opportunity is there for Labour, but the one person who is offering a realistic critique of why neoliberal, if neoliberal policies are working, why are so many people feeling worse off?
So next week we're going to talk about the Lib Dems. There'll be some other earthquake, something will happen. We don't know what it is yet. Sorry.
Yeah.
We are the Metropolitan Elites, and we'll see you next week for more lies.